Salutations and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Shadow of the Colossus on PS4. The game was free this month on PS Plus, so a lot of people probably got this game now. I also have spent 10 hours in the game and have completed a full playthrough on normal difficulty. Without further ado, let's dive right into this review. Shadow of the Colossus on PS4 is the remaster of the classic game that came out on the PS2. They didn't change much other than majorly overhauling the graphics and changing the controls. The game is an open world adventure game that focuses on defeating bosses called colossi. Without throwing any spoilers into the mix, the story goes like this. You play as the character Wanda, trying to revive his girlfriend by taking her to a shrine, where Dorman, a bodiless voice in the temple that communicates with you through a hole in the ceiling, tells you to kill 16 colossi scattered throughout the map. This is a very daunting task and not doable by a mortal, but since you possess the ancient sword, there is a chance that you can take down the colossi. Every time you take one down, you get consumed in darkness that oozes from the colossi and get teleported back to the temple to find its respective statue had fallen. Once all 16 are killed, the ritual can commence. I have mentioned the colossi a lot now, so it is pretty obvious that they are the main targets in the game. They are the only hostiles in the game and act as bosses. You will quickly realize that they are not traditional bosses in the sense that it is a health battle. Instead, they are all puzzle fights and all have a very clever trick to them, which once you figure out will make them a whole lot easier on repeat runs. When you first start the game and you encounter the first Colossus, your first instinct is probably to hack away at its legs, damaging it slowly. But this assumption is in fact very wrong. The actual way to kill them is to attack the big blue glowing spots on them, called vital points. How do you access them? You have to grab to the fur of the Colossus and slowly climb up while it violently tries to shake you off. This is no easy task, as your stamina will run out and you will fall off, forcing you to do it all over again. But then you realize that not every Colossus has fur on its legs. That is where the puzzle comes in. You have to figure out the puzzle to either knock it down or to get higher ground to jump up on its head in an action hero style. You also get rewarded for your effort by getting a small health and stamina upgrade to make it well worth your troubles. In my opinion, this game has the best designed bosses I've ever seen. Like seriously, there isn't even a single bad boss in this entire game. One-upping another one of my favorite series, the Soul series, which always has at least one or two bad fights. The variety in the Colossi are amazing and each one feels unique. These puzzles are all very different and each lumbering titan will be a joy to finally defeat. And finally is not an understatement. Some colossi took me upwards of half an hour to defeat, and the record is 45 whole minutes. Another reason to support my opinion that there is great variety is that you get big and small colossi, ones that walk, ones that swim, and even some that fly. How incredible is it to get on a flying colossus and just take in the breathtaking view? I could honestly gush all day about each Colossus, but we won't have time now, though I will make another video dedicated to the Colossi, where I rank them. But enough about that, let's get into the next topic. Of course, we can't forget about the world that Wanda explores throughout your playthrough. Other than fighting hulking giants, you will spend most of your time on your trusty steed Agro roaming this world. Let's first start with saying that this game looks gorgeous and it will be very hard to top in the graphics department. This game just simply looks stunning and there are so many amazing vistas to uncover. The world is decently sized by today's standards and might not be that impressive, but you have to keep in mind that the original game came out in 2005 for the PlayStation 2. Suddenly you realize that this world is massive considering the technological limitations of that generation of consoles. The world is also very intricately designed, and it feels like every square meter you travel is handcrafted with lots of love, as there are so many nooks and crannies to explore other than fighting the main colossi, like finding shrines littered throughout the world. There are 25 shrines to find. Some are on the way of a Colossus, but some are far out of the way and even hidden at times. There are also a lot of other cool secrets to find, and the lizards will keep you busy for a long time as well. Another thing to talk about is each Colossi's arena, which are all varied and unique. Some are in massive temples that are very obvious to find, and lurk dark secrets within, while some are just chilling out in the open, and you will not expect a thing until the vicious Colossus pops out of nowhere, ready to slay you. The main temple is also massive, and the massive bridge that connects the two lands is one of the best vistas I have ever seen in a video game. This world is just really vast and amazing overall. Unfortunately, this is the only thing that I have some criticism about, albeit very minor. I don't know how many times I've tried making aggro turn and he just end up either underturning or overturning and smashing into a rock. From my experience, aggro takes too long to stop and it's kinda finicky to make him stop. This can of course be avoided by using the quick stop trick, but I think that very few people found out about it. I also found the climbing to be pretty finicky at times, and once in a blue moon, Wanda will not grab the ledge and go flying off. This is especially true with the last Colossus, Malice. The camera at times can also be quite clunky as well, especially when fighting massive colossi, but this is not the end of the world. I know this is just nitpicks at the game and is forgivable in my eyes because it's such an old game and it doesn't subtract much from the experience and is more just a minor annoyance. The game has a surprising amount of replayability with the new Game Plus mode, which allows you to do time attacks to unlock new weapons and other cool things. These are way more challenging to do, and it is welcome since you already know the puzzles, and now it's just down to pure skill to platform up the Colossus and kill it fast. And I mean really fast. Some literally only give you 2 minutes to kill it, but most give you between 5 and 15 minutes. Also, you can play the game on hard mode, which makes you die very fast, and sometimes in one hit. This also adds extra vital spots on some of the colossi, especially the early ones. Hard mode is a lot more challenging, and combined with the time attack, can make the game a massive challenge for the dedicated players among us. There are also a couple of secrets that you can unlock in New Game Plus, like accessing the bridge, though you need to max out your stamina to climb it. So strap in, you'll have to complete the game 5 times to do so. Though this game is one I can see myself easily beating 5 times and getting a platinum on. In conclusion, I think they did a great job remaking this classic, and it scratches a lot of old school fanboys' itches to play this game again, and introduces many who didn't get a chance to play the original to finally experience this gem. The game is not perfect, with slightly bad controls and camera, but what it lacks in that area, it more than makes up for in the graphics and the colossi. I give this game a 9.5 out of 10 for its outstanding gameplay, world, and very engaging storyline, and is definitely a must play for everyone. And it has become one of my all time favorite games. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future content. Comment down below if you agree with my rating. I'll probably do walkthroughs on how to defeat each Colossus next. Farewell